Who doesn't love the movie Taken starring Liam Neeson? I know I do. I love all the action in the movie, which is about a young girl who's overseas and she is kidnapped and forced to be traded into human trafficking. Hello, my name is Rebecca Devazier, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about a real life problem that is portrayed in this movie, Taken, which people around the world love but had no idea about the real life problem of human trafficking. Today I'm going to be discussing why it is something that we should all care about and know about. Also, I'm going to be discussing why it's something that affects us here, even in the United States. And then thirdly, I'm going to be discussing the fact that human trafficking is more than just what we know. Human trafficking is considered a hidden crime. The reason it is considered a hidden crime is because there are 12.3 million slaves around the world, and less than 1% of the victims are identified. Victims are so afraid to come forward if they ever do get free because they are afraid of their traffickers that have forced them into this. They're also afraid of law enforcement officers, and also because there are language barriers, and that sometimes can make them fear coming forward. Human trafficking affects us globally, not just across overseas or in third world countries. It affects us here in the United States. California has 3 of the FBI's top 13 highest areas of human trafficking. The reason California is such easy access for human traffickers is because of the population and also because of the import and export capabilities. Also, victims are not just women. Women are a high percentage of victims, but victims can also include men and children. And children that are forced into human trafficking are usually between the ages of 12 and 14 and have had some kind of abuse in their lifetime before they are forced into human trafficking. Human trafficking is not race sensitive. That includes every race and every nationality. And also, there are $32 billion untaxed tied up in the human trafficking industry, and it affects our economy so badly because of all the money tied up in it. Human trafficking is about more than what we realize. It is about sexual acts, but that is not the only thing that it is about. It is also about slavery or forced labor. That is why human trafficking is also known as modern day slavery. It's also about organ harvesting, and it's also about the money. With that $32 billion, it entices people to enter into this business. Today I have discussed with you, we have talked about the hidden crime of human trafficking, the global problem that it is, that it affects all of us, even here in the United States, and also that it is about more than what we know. As much as I love the movie Taken, whenever I get done watching, I can turn it off. That is not something that these victims can do. These victims, this is their real life, and they can't just turn it off and they can't just walk away. They are victims, and sometimes they are victims for a lifetime. And if they ever do get away, they're too afraid to come forward because of fear. Also, this is something that I think we should learn more about because it does affect us here, even in the United States. It is not something that just happens overseas and in places that you've never heard of. It happens here. It happens at home, and it can happen down the street. Also, human trafficking is so much more than just sexual acts, and it is something that affects more than just whites or blacks or Hispanics or just women. It is men, women, and children. It is every race, every gender, every nationality. And it's also about forced labor and organ harvesting. And I think it's just something that we should really know something about so that we can be aware. Thank you for listening to my presentation about human trafficking. I hope I have opened your eyes to this problem that needs us. It needs help. It needs help so that our children or our mothers or our fathers or our uncles or cousins are not someone that is forced into human trafficking. I hope I have taught you something that you didn't know. That is my hope, and I appreciate it. Thank you for watching.